It's time to feel the bubbles, the dark bubbles, today on Walking the Candy Aisle. Hey guys, Jeff here with another review. Today we've got the Aero Dark Chocolate. That's right, Aero returns in dark form. 70%, in fact, it says right here. I suppose we can trust that. Nestle Dark Chocolate. Feel the bubbles, of course. This is an Aero bubble bar. I don't think we need to do too much pretext on this one. It's, yeah, sure, good food, good life. Aero, or Nestle's got their whole chocolate plan, or whatever it's called, the cocoa, you know, not quite fair trade, but they're a responsible company. Let's just put that in quotes, because I think some people would maybe dispute that, but still. You got the Aero bar. Of course, classically comes in milk, but also comes in a lot of different flavors. There's those bubbles. This is another one of those texture bars, if maybe you're not familiar with it, of course, like the Wispa or, I don't know, other kinds of aerated bars, maybe like the Flake, which is more of a folded bar, but still, the Cadbury Flake. This is about this is a texture play, really, because this is really just straight chocolate. So obviously you have to have good quality chocolate, but then an interesting texture. Smells like dark chocolate. Not always my favorite, but let's give it a go. Yep. All right. Well, it's pretty good dark chocolate, I think. I mean, I don't know. I'm not necessarily the most adept at discerning between dark chocolates because I don't eat them that much, but I don't think this is. I think, like, you can tell. I can always tell. You can tell darkness by the bitterness, but then the good quality dark chocolates, that bitterness is cut because it's really smooth, right? It's like a smoothly bitter. I don't know. That's a terrible way to describe it. I'm not doing a good job of explaining it, but um, it's still like creamy. Maybe that's it. It's like a rich, creamy flavor. It's not cream because obviously that's kind of a milk connotation, I guess. I don't know what it is. It's just like it's just smooth. Maybe it's buttery. Does that make sense? I'm trying to think what it is. There's something in chocolate that has a buttery quality to it. And anyway, the better the quality of dark chocolate, you can tell. You can tell better quality dark chocolate. I do think this is pretty good quality dark chocolate from my experience. Like I said, not an expert, but it still maintains the flavor. The texture that I think that fans of the Aero bar are looking for. So if you didn't know this exists, it does. If you are a fan of dark chocolate, which I think you either know or you don't know, then this might be something you'd be interested in seeking out. I think a lot of people are going to know right off the bat, is this something I would want to try, or is this something I would just like totally want to stay away from? For me, it's something I'm not going to keep eating anymore. It's good. Like, it does exactly what it's supposed to do. It's pretty good quality dark chocolate, I think. It still has that Aero flavor. I don't want to try anymore because it's that dark chocolate taste is just not really for me. But I imagine that this should more or less have that same sort of quality where you put it on your tongue and it would kind of just, like, ultimately would just kind of melt in, right? That's really what you want out of an Aero bar, especially. Same thing with the Wispa, right? They've got this texture thing with the bubbles in it that just makes it kind of like melt in your mouth a bit, right? And that's sort of really what I think you're going to be looking for with this kind of a bar. I do feel like these bubbles might be a little smaller. Is that possible? Than the regular milk chocolate version? I don't know if that's totally possible, but because you would think that they would just make it in, the exact same fashion as the other versions of the bar, but I don't know. Dark chocolate maybe does something to it. Either way, it still does seem to have that flavoring to it, and I mean the texturing to it. And if it's just a case of flavor for me, I got to be honest, it's just like not my cup of tea. But I think for other people, you know who you are, definitely worth a try. Okay, so that's my take on it. Walking the Candy Alley rates the Nessie Aero Dark. We're gonna rate this a. I'm gonna rate it a 4, a low 4. I can't give it more than that because the flavor is just not for me. But I certainly respect what it's doing, and I think it's doing a pretty good job of it. So you guys let me know, do you like this bar in the comments below? For those dark chocolate fans out there, should I be reviewing more dark chocolate? I've kind of stayed away from a lot of the SKUs of dark chocolate of even the classic chocolate bars that I have reviewed a lot of here. But you know, every once in a while I look around the candy aisle and I'm like, oh, hey, I'm really getting down to it. There's not much left that I haven't reviewed. So you guys let me know if you want to see more reviews like this or if you have suggestions of other things I should be picking up. And I will thank you very much for your time today. Okay, have a good one, everyone. Bye-bye.